Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. First of all, I do apologize for my voice. I have a little bit of the lurgy today, so I am going to be creaking and croaking as we go through the stream. However, that will never stop me from being here and trying to help you guys out as best we can. So what do we have on the show today? Well, if you watched yesterday, you will remember that I was talking about the next step up for some of the projects we were looking at. One, of course, was Solana. We said we were going to hit $70. We have hit $70. I'm going to look at Solana again. We're going to look at an incredible price target, long term, of course, for Bitcoin of $17 million. Sometimes you just have to sit back and gasp at some of these predictions, but we're going to have a look at it anyway. We're going to have a look at whether it is a bull trap. I don't think it is, but we're going to have a look. We're going to look at XRP, BONK, and Pepe. I haven't mentioned BONK on the stream for a good 3 or 4 months. We're going to look at that again. Bitcoin staking, something I have been talking about for at least 6 to 8 weeks. I'm probably going to make a video about Bitcoin staking as well. So we're going to go through that. Then we're going to look at the Freedom Visa in El Salvador, and we're going to finish with the quiz. That is what we're going to try and do today. There is no time on this because I am dead on my feet. So a few happy days, a few good mornings, should I say, to Harry and Hidden Agendas. Good morning to you. I know Fran is watching. Maddie, my face cam is not on because I am in bed. I am in bed. I am full of the lurgy. I've been coming down with it for a little while. So you're not going to get to see my chiseled good looks today. But thank you anyway. And for those of you that are new here, we will be dropping the red envelopes at 11:20. So as you can see in the top right hand corner of the screen, it's 11:02. At 11:20, we will drop the red envelope and we will also drop a red box. So that's how we do things. It gives people time to get in. It gives people time to get themselves a coffee and sit down with us. If you are new here, of course, first thing you need to do is hit follow and hit like. That really helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything other than a button click, which is not even a calorie, really, if you think about it. So let's get started with the markets. Good morning to YBaser and Rich Secret. Thank you for coming along. I hope you're both having a great day. So where are we? The market cap is up, even though Bitcoin is down. I'm going to go over that in a second. The volume is up. Bitcoin dominance has come down a touch. ETH dominance has gone up a touch. I'm new. Is the red box claimable? Yes, it is. It's claimable there. I will be dropping them as we go through, Harry. So if you're watching in 2 different places, you will be able to claim it on there as well. I'm going to drop one in a minute anyway, so don't worry about that. So Bitcoin, as you can see, has paused. Let's just leave it at that. It has paused. Ethereum has played catch up. Ethereum is up nearly 5% in the day at 23.50. So it's one of what I said yesterday. Let's go through what I said yesterday. Hope it makes sense to people. Bitcoin has 3 moves every day. It can go up, it can go down, it can go sideways. If Bitcoin goes up, it's like the big bulldog at the front of the pack of dogs, and it shoots off into the distance and leaves everything for dust. And then when the bulldog decides to have a break and sit down, all of those other little puppies follow behind it and catch up. And that's when Bitcoin has a pause. If that bulldog decides to run back in the opposite direction, everything else will follow it straight away. So Bitcoin's having a bit of a sit down. It's a bit tired. It's having a rest. And that period of time where Bitcoin has a rest and consolidates is brilliant for Bitcoin. It's brilliant. It means that the whales, the bulls, the bears, they can all take a breather because they're constantly liquidating each other. The shorts are being liquidated or the longs are being liquidated. Bitcoin's having a breather. And when Bitcoin has a breather, it means it's preparing for a next leg up. But in that time, it gives all of the alts that have been trailing Bitcoin a chance to catch up. So if you go down and look at the 30-day returns, for example, Bitcoin's up 22%. If you go down and you look at Dogecoin, if you look at Cardano, they're all starting to catch up and starting to either become on parity with Bitcoin or starting to overtake it. So Polygon, Polkadot, Chainlink, all of these coins will now start to catch up with Bitcoin, and it's having a breather, and lots of altcoins are pumping. And yesterday we said, if Bitcoin has a break and it has a breather and it consolidates, my next leg up for Solana will be $70. If you don't believe me, go and look at yesterday's stream. I had two price predictions for Solana. One, if Bitcoin corrected and it came down, this is where Solana would go. And the other is if Bitcoin holds where it is today, then Solana will go and hit $70. It's not rocket science. I am not predicting the future. Nobody can predict the future. I'm just telling you how I see things working. And when Bitcoin pauses for breath, the altcoins will catch up. When Bitcoin goes up, let's say Bitcoin does a 2% move in the next 2 days, 3 days, you will see some of the altcoins start to drop back a little bit because the liquidity will go back into Bitcoin. So it's all a game of push and give, if you like. And Bitcoin, for Bitcoin, this is healthy. For the altcoins, this is healthy. But if we look at the 24 hours, you're going to see some huge gains. BONK, we're going to talk about today. BTT is up. OP is up. Now, OP, we're going to make a video about OP. Tariq asked me for a video on it. We're going to do a video on it. I've already covered optimism in the past, but we're going to do a TA video on it. Now, remember, when Ethereum pumps, all the layer 2s associated with Ethereum are going to go with it. The same with Solana. Solana shoots up. What's going to happen? All of these new tokens, whether it be GTO, whether it be BONK, all of these tokens will go with the Solana price increase. So bear that in mind as well. You will see some traders talking about buying altcoins that sit on top of a chain. So if, for example, Cardano pumps, rather than buying into Cardano, go and look at the top market cap coins that sit on top of Cardano, because they are likely to increase in value. Why? Because if the price of Cardano shoots up, it makes everything else on that chain cheap. So what you could do is you could get maybe 100,000 SNEC for 10 Cardano last week. You might be able to get 150,000 SNEC for 10 Cardano today. So what people will do is take small profits out of Cardano, and instead of putting them into USDC, they will put them into the altcoins that sit on those chains. Now, this is a relatively new thing that I've heard of, and it's been mentioned a lot in the last couple of weeks, where you trade on chain, on that individual chain. So Solana, you would be buying and selling Marinade, you would be buying and selling BONK, you would be buying and selling Jupiter. If you're on Ethereum, you will look at the layer 2s that run Ethereum, or maybe look at some of the gaming tokens that sit on the Ethereum blockchain. So bear that in mind, that you will see a layer 1 coin pump, and then you will see all the associated coins on that chain pump at the same time. And that's why, because the liquidity is staying within that chain. So if you just look at what's gone up in the last 24 hours, Cardano does not move. Cardano does not move. It's up 13%. We're nearly at the next level up for Cardano. Again, I'm not going to cover Cardano again today. Injective is up, Aptos is up. I need to get on with the show, really. So what's lost? What's down? Helium is down a tad, Beam is down a tad, Terra is down a tad. But again, I'm not concerned about some of these coins. Again, Celestia, I am not overly convinced about the price of this token. It's already at $1.4 trillion market cap. How much higher is this going to go before there's a retracement? That's something to think about. Audi is down a touch. I mean, it's a green day on the whole, apart from Bitcoin. Bitcoin is having a breather. All of the money is flowing into these other tokens. But we're going to move on. Otherwise, we are going to be here all day, and that is certainly not what I want to be, because I do think I need a nap at some point. Who is here? Tessa, the quiz is at the end. The quiz will happen at the end of the news. Let me just restart this because I can't see anything. I can't see any comments. I can't see what people are typing. 1 minute. And then we're going to get onto this. So this article is about Bitcoin hitting a $17 million token price. So this article is trying to give us the impression that Bitcoin at one day is going to be worth $17 million. And before I get into the article, I'm going to guess that this guy is basing it on probably gold and probably inflation over the next 10 years. But we'll see. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Crypto Pundit reveals why Bitcoin is worth as much as $17 million. I can't wait for this one. Now remember, before we get into this, what I say, I am not trying to shill or pump or anything like that. Whenever I find a price prediction for Bitcoin, I will always look at it because I always want to see how other people calculate their prices for Bitcoin, because that helps me form my opinion. Now, I already have an opinion on Bitcoin, and it's going to be blown out the water. And my opinion is that we are going to do a 1.6x from our previous all-time high, which is $105,000. I am going to be wrong, and I'm going to say that now, because the chances are by the next halving, we could be anywhere between $60,000 and $70,000. So there is no way on earth we're going to hit the halving at $60,000 or $70,000 and only get to $105,000. It's not going to happen. And the market has changed because of ETFs, liquidity, and adoption. So I'm going to be wrong. I don't think this person's going to be right either, however. So who has said this? Harvey. Harvey made a strong case for Bitcoin on why it could, and why a price could be greater than $17 million. He referred to Bitcoin's use case and how it could further chop into the market share of other asset classes. He noted Bitcoin's tremendous upside despite being a relative newcomer. Bitcoin is said to have 0.1% of the total assets in the world. I imagine that's what he's basing it on. He also believes that Bitcoin price could rally significantly as the foremost cryptocurrency, and it becomes the most preferred option for people to preserve their money. This is, so what we were saying a few days ago was that Bitcoin is meant to be a risk-off asset. It is meant to be like gold. It's meant to be a safe haven. So when there is volatility in the market, you sell your stocks and you buy bonds, or sell stocks and buy gold. And what Satoshi wanted to do was create an inflation hedge that would protect you against the financial system. That's the reason Bitcoin was created. I remember the 2008 crash. The subprime mortgages brought down the entire economy of the world. It destroyed some of the biggest banks in the world. It was a bloodbath. You could buy stocks in companies at pennies on their dollar. He didn't want to see, or she didn't want to see that future. So he wanted to create something which had a finite supply, which means it can't be printed ad infinitum. And he wanted something that was not under the control of any one government. He wanted it to be a uncensorable, apolitical asset, which is why he created it. And he wanted it to become a way for people to preserve their money. That's what he wanted. Now, why on earth are we going to see a $17 million. He stated that the monetary premium of these global assets highlights how much they are used as a store of value. The crypto pundit asserts that Bitcoin has the potential to capture the monetary premiums of other asset classes, which would see its price rise to $17 million. I can't even see today. 1 second. I do apologise. I am a little bit under the weather and my eyes are blurred. So, he predicts that the total market cap of Bitcoin could potentially get to this amount. Now, of course, this is never going to happen. It's never going to replace gold, silver, all of these other things. So, so $17 million would be Bitcoin replacing all of these assets. So it's never going to happen. What I think you could possibly look at is Bitcoin taking a 5% share of these assets. So 5%, let me make this bigger so we can have it clearly. So 356 at 5% would be about 16 trillion. 16 trillion would put it at roughly the same price, at the same market cap as gold, 16 trillion. So where would 16 trillion take us if Bitcoin was to get a $16 trillion asset class? Well, it would be a 16x from here, for argument's sake. That would put Bitcoin at about $750,000 at today's price. Now remember, the value of assets goes up over time. There is a very good chance that we could see $1 million Bitcoin. I don't disagree with that statement about $1 million Bitcoin, because that is potentially where we're going in I'd say maybe the next 2 cycles we will see a $1 million Bitcoin, because potentially we could hit $400,000 this cycle, all being well, interest rates coming down, inflation coming down, unemployment coming down, new government in America, the halving, the ETFs, all of those things combined could push us up towards $400,000, and I wouldn't have said that six or 3 months ago. So we could see $1 million Bitcoin in the next 6 to 7 years. We're never going to see a $17 million Bitcoin this side of 2040, maybe. So we're a long way away from that, and I'll have sold everything by then. Believe you me, I will not be in Bitcoin in 2040 because I will be very old by then, 60 odd. So I'm not going to be holding on to my Bitcoin at that point. Good morning, Malcolm. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Right, let's move on. So as we can see, it's always good to see how people calculate their prices, because if you take it at face value, you're going to imagine that that's what's going to happen and you're going to FOMO in. When I first came to crypto and I would read what these people would say online, I would take it all as gospel. Oh my God, Cardano's going to go to $10. So I would buy Cardano thinking it's going to 100x, and it only ever made it to $3, because these predictions, they're not quantum, they're just nice round numbers that sound good. So when you see those prices, look under the hood to try and work out where he's getting those predictions from. And as I said, $17 million would replace all of the assets in the world with Bitcoin, and that is clearly not going to happen. Excuse me, but I could see 5%. I could see a 5% allocation to Bitcoin, simply because it's, when you have a portfolio, you should allocate 5% to something like gold. That's always been the rule of thumb. And when you look at Bitcoin, could Bitcoin replace gold? Yes. So Bitcoin could look at a 5% share of the market. We're going to move on. So Ethereum, Solana hit 19 months highs as Bitcoin rally halts with traders fearing a bull trap. Arthur Hayes has speculated Sol hitting $100 in a bullish weekend. Now, I think, let me just check. I don't think I'm going to be looking at the Solana chart. So what I will do is I will bring it up very quickly to show you the targets that I went through yesterday. Let's go down to this. Bitcoin's rally halted Thursday, ceding the stage to cryptocurrency majors ETH and Solana. Bitcoin dipped to $43,000 during the day following its breakneck climb to nearly $45,000 earlier in the week. Recently, Bitcoin was changing hands at 43.3, down 1.3%. It's neither here nor there. ETH has gone up to 23.50, as we've just seen, its highest level since May 2022. Its rally drove up the price of other ETH-adjacent cryptocurrencies, making them the best performance. We've said this at the beginning of the show. We were talking about Optimism. It's a layer 2, so its price is going to go up in line with Ethereum. Optimism and Arbitrum's mentioned here, respectively, during the day. Now, one thing to bear in mind whenever we look at these things is if there is a pump in a coin like Ethereum, and don't forget, a 5% pump in Ethereum is adding $11 billion to the market cap of Ethereum. It's a significant move. And a 5% move in Ethereum is a lot more than a 5% move in, say, BONK. Now, when that happens, you normally have a retracement. So what I'm saying is Ethereum isn't going to go to $3,000 or $4,000 next week because it's taken a long time to move that coin to 23.50. We could see some sell action at 2400. We're going to look at the charts in a minute. Now, if that happens, these coins, Optimism and Arbitrum, they are likely to retrace as well, because those gains that you've made in OP and Arbitrum, those gains are long-term small fry, but short-term you could sell. So I hold Optimism. I am likely to sell Optimism in the next few days. I'm going to see what happens with the market, and I might sell my Optimism because I bought my Optimism in January, February, March when the price was absolutely bottomed. So bear that in mind. Don't chase the pump. By the time you arrive and you buy those coins, you become the exit liquidity for the people that bought these coins in January. Just bear that in mind as well. I'm not saying don't buy these coins. I'm saying if you do, dollar cost average in. Dollar cost average in every week. If you like Optimism, if you like Arbitrum, buy it every Friday, buy it every Monday, whatever it might be. But don't chase the pump, because what's likely to happen, Optimism might gain 25%. You buy it, it might retrace 10%. Well, you're 10% down, even though the asset is 15% up, roughly. So just bear that in mind. Solana jumped 8% to $69. Obviously, it's now at $71.50. Arthur Hayes, crypto investor and founder, hinted a $100 market price target, speculating about a bullish weekend for altcoins. This could happen. The longer that Bitcoin holds this $43,000 range, the longer it holds that, the more chance you've got of these alts catching up. Now, remember one thing. Once Bitcoin's had its break and it starts to pump, you will see some liquidity moving out of the altcoins back into Bitcoin. Just bear that in mind as well. So what we're going to do, I am so full of this cold. So again, I apologize for any mistypes I make on today's show. I'm really not with it. Right, I'm going to drop the boxes now, as promised. Good morning, Tariq. As I said, I'm going to do the Brogan's going to do the Optimism video today, hopefully. So just bear with him. He's having his beauty sleep at the minute. I'm the one in bed ill, but let me just type these boxes in. Once I drop the boxes, we can then get on with this price action. We dropped the box at 20. No, it should be 20 past 11, but I've had a lot of coffee because I feel so ill that I thought I needed to kind of give myself a bit of a caffeine kick to get through today, because I was very close to not doing the show today. Right, so there's one. Right, I'm going to drop the red envelope now. Now, if you are watching and you are not watching on an exchange, underneath the video you will see all of the links excuse me, all of the links to the exchanges that we are on, and we drop red envelopes and red boxes. Let me just drop this one here. Which, when I say red envelopes and red boxes, please let me have typed that right. Yes, fantastic. Right, they're dropped. These red boxes and red envelopes is free crypto. I give it out on every stream. It's not a massive amount of money, but it's just something nice. It's like a reward for coming to the stream. Right, okay, so we are on to Ethereum. Now, I haven't looked at this chart in a while, but I do remember what we were saying about this chart, and that was, and I haven't changed this, by the way, since the last time I spoke about it. What I said was, at the time, we were in this channel down here, so we must have drawn this probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe. Now, what's happened is we broke out the channel, we've used this channel as support, and we've pumped up. But look where we have gone. And remember, like I said, I haven't touched this chart in a few weeks. We have come up and touched. We bounced off this price target, which was 2100, and we have come up and touched pretty much, I wouldn't say exactly, but we've pretty much touched the price targets that we've set for Ethereum. Now, how do we know these things? Well, we're not rocket scientists, that's for sure. We know this because it's previous price action. And previous price action indicates to us where we think the price will find its next level of resistance. Similarly, if the price comes down, where is it going to find its next level of support? So that's what we try and do. We don't try and look at, God damn it, try and delete that line there. There we go. We're not trying to use advanced mathematics or advanced market ciphers or anything like that. We're just going off where the price has been. And Ethereum is one of these coins that it respects the fib levels. So if we go all the way back here, which we're not going to do, we're going to find this previous level here. Okay? This previous level was support for Ethereum back in February 2022. So that's where we found it. We look for previous levels of support and previous levels of resistance, and we absolutely hit it to within $20 or $30. Now, we haven't drawn any further lines up because we didn't expect Ethereum at this point. Bearing in mind, when we did this chart, Ethereum was at 19. Actually, you know what? I think we might have covered it. I think we covered it at $2,100, and I said we need to hold $2,100 or we're going to come down again. So I think we were here last time we did. Last time we did this chart, we were here because I said we need to hold $2,100 or it will fall. And guess what we did? We came straight down. We fell because we can't hold that price level. We've tried many times in the past to hold 2100 and we've failed every time. So let's have a little look at what could happen to Ethereum. If Bitcoin stays at this price, we could see Ethereum probably start to look upwards towards this level here. And again, when I look for these levels, I'm not giving you precise levels. I'm giving you levels based roughly on where the price has gone. 2,500, again, previous level of support, and psychologically $2,500. Remember, the psychological prices for all coins. Solana will be $100. Bitcoin will be $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Ethereum works in smaller numbers because it's a smaller price coin. So it will be $2,000, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000. They are the psychological barriers where people will sell just underneath. So if $2,500 is the next target for Ethereum, people will be looking to sell at 2480. The same way that if the level of support, if we look on here now, so there is some here and there's also some probably here, 2100, okay? So if we did retrace, we're likely to come down to 2250, which is, what's that, a 5% fall? If we fall down even further, we'll probably come down to 2100. That 2100 level is the level that we couldn't hold here. So I think if we do come down, we'll come down probably to 2100. If we do go up, 2500 is the next target for Ethereum. Again, Ethereum is one of those coins, it's very well behaved. It honors the fib levels pretty well. So again, I'm not predicting the future. I don't know where it's going to go, but I will say that if Bitcoin does hang around at these levels for some time, these 2500 price is going to be attacked pretty soon. In my opinion, again, this is all my opinion, it is not financial advice. I will never give you financial advice because I am not a financial advisor. Now we're going to go and have a little look at XRP. Now, for those of you that watched, again, for the regulars, you'll know, I don't understand why XRP's price is so suppressed. We shouldn't be, what are we now at, 65 cents? 64, yeah, 65 cents. We shouldn't be at 65 cents. We should be a lot higher. We're going to look at the chart again. We should be a lot higher. Look at what is happening to XRP. It's being adopted. It has its own banking protocol. It's going to start issuing CBDCs. It's signed up with one of its companies that it owns has signed up with multiple banks, including HSBC. Everything that's coming out about XRP is bullish, and the price isn't moving. It is very slowly, but it's not moving compared to everything else. Solana is rocketing. Cardano is rocketing. What's going to happen soon is it's going to be XRP's turn to rocket. It can't sit there. It's doing a BNB. BNB is sitting there sulking because of what's gone on in America, and it's not moving. It's doing absolutely sod all. BNB is not a coin I would trade right this second. XRP, however, is criminally undervalued. Why is it not at 95 cents trying to retest that $1 with all the news around it? Possibly they are waiting for the small settlement with the SEC to come through. And again, that could be $100, $200, $300 million. And again, don't worry about that because XRP have got billions in the bank. It could be that. That could be the last thing to be cleared out of the way. Because remember, XRP is officially a legitimate token in America. It won the court case. So why are we at 65 cents? A crypto analyst expressed optimism about the current crypto market while also urging investors not to get carried away. In a recent video published on the Jungle Inc. crypto YouTube channel, the analyst expressed the belief that we could be at the start of a new bull run, but cautioned there are no guarantees. I mean, we're pretty much going to be coming into a bull run. If Bitcoin going from $15,000 to $43,000 isn't the start of a bull run, I don't know what is. This looks bullish. This is exciting. This very well may be our moment, but you just don't know. So don't do stupid stuff like leverage. I completely agree with that. Absolutely. If you are going to buy a sensible portfolio of assets that has Bitcoin and Ethereum in it, you need to have Cardano, Solana, and XRP. Sensible assets. Do not use leverage if you do not know what you're doing. And if you do use leverage, use isolated leverage, because you do not want your portfolio to be sucked into a bad long or short position. Always carry out sufficient risk management. Just give me 1 second. Let's catch up. There we go. The analyst pointed to advancements like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP as reasons to be excited. He believes Bitcoin is progressing towards integration with traditional finance. We know this. Right, well, he's not put anything else in there about XRP, so let's go and have a quick look at the chart. Remember, we've looked at XRP more than most of the coins on here because I'm still in disbelief at the price action of it. Okay, so these are, these are my wonderful drawings on XRP. You are not going to go and be able to find many other streamers that draw such beautiful pictures as this. So for those of you that are new here, very quickly, we have this trend line from the start of the year with XRP putting in higher lows. We had the court case here. What happened? We came straight up to 94 cents. We bounced back off this long-term support trend line. I made a video before the court case predicting $1 to $1.50. We hit 94 cents. I'm claiming moral victory on that, as I've said many times before. What I see happening with XRP is we've had this move down, and as I've just drawn, I expect us to do this. Okay? And at some point, get towards this 80-cent mark on XRP. There's no reason I can see why we're at 64 cents, 65 cents. None at all. Can't understand it. It makes no sense to me. We have a couple of levels to look at. If you look here, I'm actually going to have to delete my beautiful box. Yeah. What we have here, is this a line I can move? Perfect. Is we've got to get to about here, which is 68 cents. 68 cents acted as very poor support over here, but also as resistance here. So it's a significant price, 68 cents, which, as I was saying before, when you look at psychological barriers as well as the charts, 70 cents, 80 cents, $1, they're all psychological barriers for XRP. Same with Cardano. I bet Cardano is at 49 cents or something, isn't it? 49.9 or 49. There you go. So why are we sitting at 49 cents, 49.78 on Cardano? Because 50 cents is a psychological barrier. That's what you have to understand about charts. Charts are, you can watch the greatest traders in the world and they'll draw beautiful charts that I don't understand. But I do think you need to look at the psychology of traders when you look at these things as well. So why is Cardano stuck under 50 cents? Because it's a psychological barrier. So when we look at XRP, look at 69 cents, look at 79 cents, look at 98 cents. They're the prices you should be looking for resistance at. And then when the price breaks down, it should use them as support. They should be probably 2 or 3% above and below the line, the psychological line of $1, say. So I think in the very short term, we should be looking at breaking this 70 cent line. And if we do, then 80 cents is on the cards. Remember, if we have to take our time, I don't care. We've got 2 years. If we do this, okay, and in February we're at 80 cents, then we could be looking at a $5, $6 XRP at the end of the next bull run. I think this is going to be the next coin to pump, but I don't think it's going to pump to $1. I think it will pump to about 80 cents. And from where we are now, that's a 20% move. And for a coin with the market cap of XRP, which is already at 34 billion, a 20% pump on this would take us to a $40 billion market cap. That's a very healthy position to be in at this stage of the market. Remember that. We're talking about the halving isn't until April next year. We're 4 months before the halving. We're going to have a run up now, and we're going to have a retracement at some point. But I do think I was saying at 50 cents XRP was an absolute steal. At 60 cents, it's an absolute steal. I wouldn't be buying XRP at $2. The same way I wouldn't be buying Cardano at $2. What you need to do at some point in the next year is say to yourselves, I am not buying any more cryptocurrency. Maybe it's November next year. Maybe it's the summer. Because if we have a massive run up next year, we are likely to have a small retracement at some point. So don't FOMO in. Set yourself a goal of saying, okay, Cardano gets to $2. I'm going to wait. You're buying it at 40 cents. You've already 5x your money. There's no point in buying into Cardano at $2 if it's only ever going to go to $4. So at some point, these 2 years of buying, your mentality needs to switch to starting to DCA out. And that could be November next year. It could be August 2025. It could be November 2025. I don't know. I'm just saying be prepared to start thinking about selling the tops. Because whatever price you think you're going to sell at, you're always going to think it's going to get to more. Everybody that's holding Bitcoin at $69,000 was expecting a $100,000 Bitcoin. And there's a lot of them at that price. I think 5 or 10% of the total supply is held by people who bought over $55,000. So just think, don't have FOMO. If you get to a $4 or a $5 Cardano in 2 years' time, and you have 1,000 of those tokens that you paid $500 for and they're now worth $5,000, sell over a period of a few weeks, sell 60, 70, 80, 90% of them. Because even if it does go a little bit higher, it's going to come down and we're going to have another bear run. Maybe not as brutal as the one we've just had, but we are going to have a bear run again. Now we're going to look at BONK and Pepe. Let's have a little look. Oh, my nose is very full. Hello, Naveen, or iBasey, you're welcome. Bitcoin Guru, I don't know why you couldn't claim that. I'm very sorry. I better check chat messages. Sorry, I'm not really with it today. Hello, VN. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Anonymous. Who else is here? Sam, don't ask for $100 in the stream. It's just never going to happen. I don't know why people come in and ask for $10, $20, $30. Just stop. Also, don't click any links in the stream. Don't click anything in chat. It is more than likely going to try and separate you from your money. Don't do it. Especially people who say, join our, what do they call them now? Oh, what's the name for them? There's a term they use where you have to go to the website every 5 or 10 minutes and click a button and you get free crypto. And what you don't realize is you've got to click it 1,000 times to get any faucets. Don't join any faucets. If you want free crypto, I publish videos on airdrops. I've done one on Jupiter. I've done one on the other one that's just come out, Jito. I'm going to do another video today on another airdrop that is going to happen on the Solana blockchain. I make videos about airdrops. Airdrops do not cost you anything. They are free. But in some instances, you have to have performed transactions on that blockchain or on that app. The one I'm going to do today is on one that is going to issue an airdrop in the future. So what you need to basically go and do is go and, I don't know, buy some of their tokens or whatever it might be. I'm sure their token is available on the exchange you're on now. So make sure to watch those videos. Now, Pepe and BONK are on the up. Now, I'm going to be honest about BONK. I made a video about BONK ages ago, a year ago, and said it was an absolute scam token. And quite rightly, if we bring up the BONK chart, actually, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so you see this crypto warehouse warning video. If we ignore that element, which has just happened, this is why I made my warning video, because this was when it was added to this particular exchange, and this is what happened with the price. I made a video here at this point, and I said this is a pump and dump token, and retail always buy here, and this is where your so-called social media influencers sell their tokens. So they sold you a bunch of BONK, which then crashed 95% and didn't move. And this was January, okay? So I made a video expressively saying, do not buy this token. It is a scam. You're going to lose all your money. Now, let's jump forward to today. Look what's happened. Now, I'm not saying that the past is likely to happen in the future, and I don't think this is going to happen. And the reason I don't think this is going to happen is because I think it's going to be listed on some exchanges. I think it's going to become more of a mature meme coin. If you look at the market cap of that token, I believe is at 500 million now. So, would I buy BONK today? Absolutely not. Where is it going to go from here? Is it going to go to 1 billion? Is it going to go to 2 billion? Maybe. So you're only going to 2x or 3x your money by putting it into a meme coin that way back here was a pump and dump. So I am never going to recommend to anybody to buy BONK. And that's as I say, I don't get paid for these opinions. They're my own opinions. But this token could very well, let me just move up a bit. This token could very well do this kind of action, and it might double in price. But I'm never going to recommend buying it because it was a pump and dump way back here. So I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to recommend it to you. And like I say, look at the market cap of a token as well. If it's at half a billion, is it going to 10x? Is BONK going to 10x your money? So a 10x on BONK would put it at 5 billion, which would put it 19th. Shiba Inu has a metaverse. It has its own DEX. It has a utility. It has a fully built out community, and that is sitting at $6 billion. Why on earth is BONK going to get anywhere near Shiba Inu? In my opinion, it isn't. It's not going to happen. Okay? So when you look at these coins that are pumping, like Pepe, for example, that's another reason to bring this up, is Pepe. Now, again, another token that I absolutely panned when it came out. And where did I pan it? I panned it here. I said it was a scam coin here. The price pumped up 2,800% and then has done nothing but fall and has never got near its all-time high again. Again, retail bought here. Retail bought here. Influencers sold here. And the price came crashing down and crashing down. This second pump is the second pump where influencers will come in and say to you, oh, the price is down 60%, it's had a retracement, it's going to pump up again. You then buy here, and guess who's selling you these coins? The same influencers, that we're telling you here the price is going to go up. Okay, so for me, most meme coins, when they start out, are pump and dumps, where they try and get as much liquidity out of you as possible. Now, it currently has a market cap of 636 million. At its peak, it was 1.2 billion. So, would I recommend Pepe? Never again. Would I recommend BONK? Never again. If you're going to invest in a meme coin, and this is not financial advice, this is my opinion, you want to be looking at meme coins that have the possibility to run up. Now, I don't actually know what the price of this coin is, and I'm not telling you to buy it. So the market cap of this coin is 56 million. It's SNEC. Let's have a look at this next one, Dino. Again, I'm not telling you to buy these coins. I'm just giving you... I don't think it's that one. It's not this anyway. The point of the matter is, a meme coin is something that you should want to get into and out of pretty much straight away. You don't want to be getting in... what's this? GateIO. Is it any good? Yes, it is. I've made a video about it, as you probably see on the channel there. That coin is probably going to have a good run up. If you look at what happened with Jupiter coin, GateIO coin is probably going to do the same thing. I would definitely look at getting the airdrop from it at least. Watch the video. There's a link to show you how to do that. Get the airdrop. How much will it go up? I have no idea how much it will go up. Let me have a quick look at the token. I've gone completely off-piste with the show. Right. There we go. 1 second. So, where you are right now, you will see I have made a video about the airdrop. So, the market cap is 350 million. Could it go to $1 billion? Yes, that would be a 3x from here. So, in answer to your question, I can't guarantee anything, but I would say it would touch somewhere in the region of $1 billion. And in the next bull run, who knows where it could go. But I've made a video about GateIO. I've also made a video about the Jupiter airdrop. There's videos on that channel. If you just do a search for them, you'll find them. They are there. But anyway, back to the meme coins. If you're going to buy a meme coin, consider looking at meme coins. So without naming names, the platform that you're watching us on now will notify you when new tokens are being added. And those new tokens normally pump after they've been added to an exchange. So what I would do is I would be looking at which of those are meme coins, and I would look at buying them to sell them in the short term. I wouldn't recommend buying a meme coin to hold for the long term. Sell the pumps, buy the dumps. That's what I would do with a meme coin. I'm getting your messages, but I'm just trying to read them. Here we go. So, basically the airdrop, if you used the blockchain, you should be eligible for some airdrops. You can go and claim them for free, and you will get however many, and then you can sell them at that price. So this is the last thing we're going to cover today, because I've gone way over. I can't give financial advice on what coins you should or you shouldn't buy. I can only kind of cover it in the news. I can tell you the coins that I like, and I can tell you the coins that I'm buying, but I can't tell you which coins you should be buying, because that's financial advice and we don't do that. Now, this is massively exciting news. So, first of all, one last thing I'll say to you is, if you're brand new to crypto, I have made portfolio videos. And the last one I did was a walk in the park. We did a portfolio video. We gave you a breakdown of what coins you should be buying. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Solana, Link. I think they were the main ones in there. Also, under the stream, you're going to find links to the platforms, the crypto exchange platforms that we stream on as well. So if you join those and then you watch us on the platform rather than where you are now, we give away free crypto every stream. Not a lot, but it comes out of our pockets, but it's free. So make sure to check them out. Right, Bitcoin staking protocol Babylon raises $18 million in Series A funding. I'm going to make a video about this today. I cannot tell you how massive this news is. And I know I've left it to the end, but if there's one thing you take away from today's stream, it is this. If they can get this to work, and if they can get it to work properly without any risk to your Bitcoin, this is going to be absolutely huge. You can stake your Bitcoin and be able to earn a yield for helping to validate other chains. I've talked about it before. The very first mention of this I ever saw was Charles Hoskinson saying that they could use Cardano to help validate the Solana blockchain. That's the first time I heard about that. It was about a year ago. This is stratospherically massive. Okay? This is a game changer if it works. Why? There is no proof of stake for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is proof of work. You cannot do anything with your Bitcoin to earn anything because it's gold. It's like gold. Gold just sits in the corner, going up and down in value. Okay? So, if there was a mechanism to use Bitcoin to help validate a blockchain, and you had a panel, and I've said this before, if you had a panel of different chains, Cosmos chains, I'm going to go through it. I'll explain to you in a minute. So, very simply, right, let me see if I can come down. Okay. So the protocol will allow Bitcoin holders to stake their coins on proof of stake blockchains and earn a yield. The protocol will essentially allow proof of stake chains to introduce Bitcoin as a staking asset on their networks. Babylon aims to use Bitcoin's security to enhance the security of the proof of stake chains. Absolutely massive news. Okay, proof of stake chains are currently secured by capital from their native tokens. That capital can be costly, especially for emerging chains. We know all about this. This is why you will see a lot of airdrops, because they want to decentralize the staking. They don't want it all to be in one position. We spoke about Cosmos doing it, but Polygon Network are getting involved as well. The launch is expected to be in April 2024. What happens in April 2024? The halving happens. Once launched, the chain protocol will serve as the control plane between Bitcoin and the proof of stake chains. Now, there are massive inherent risks with this. Would I buy Bitcoin now? Not financial advice, yes. I would DCA in from today until the end of the year. And if you dollar cost average into Bitcoin today, you will catch any dump or pump in the price. So the bottom price for me for Bitcoin is $31,000. That's the bull market support band. And that seems an awful long way away. But bear in mind, in October, we were at $25,000. So if we do have a massive correction, it will take us back to $31,000. If you dollar cost average in today, you might buy at 43, 44, 45, 40, 38, 36, 32,000. It might give you an average price of about 38,000. That's what I would do with Bitcoin. Now, I am all over this. This is excellent news. The inherent risks are that Babylon gets hacked. There needs to be a cast iron way to be able to do this without you losing your keys. So the way I have suggested this is done is that Babylon uses a layer 2 on Bitcoin, you will be able to stake your Bitcoin natively, and a synthetic version of that is used to help validate other chains. If any or all of that is possible, I would do it. What I would not do is hand over your Bitcoin to a third party to do any of this. I wouldn't do it. Your money, where you are now, where your money is now on these exchanges, and I'm not going to mention the names of these exchanges that you have your Bitcoin on. For me, they're the safest places for you to have your Bitcoin. The safest place is a ledger. But if you are new to crypto and you don't understand how ledgers or that kind of technology works, don't take your money off exchanges. Please keep it there. I know we've had the FTX fiasco. I know we've had the Celsius and the BlockFi fiascos. I know all of that. But this exchange that you are on right now has just lived through the most brutal bear market that crypto has ever seen. And it has been brutal. We've had the pandemic. We've had raging inflation. We've had raging interest rates. And we still didn't get below $15,000 for Bitcoin. And now we're at $43,000. So bear that in mind, that this, let's say there is a scenario where there is a layer 2 possibility to stake your Bitcoin on chain so you don't lose your keys, and Babylon will facilitate the ability for you to earn a yield from different chains. This is a game changer for Bitcoin, and it adds multiples of value to Bitcoin. That's if they get it to work how I would see it working. If they don't, then do not put your Bitcoin anywhere near it. You will lose it. If you have to move your Bitcoin onto a different blockchain, don't do it. It's gone. It can get hacked. It's one of these things. This is a double-edged sword. It's either going to be the best news for Bitcoin that we've had in the last 4 or 5 years, or it's going to be an absolute catastrophe that will ruin the reputation of Babylon and any layer 2 associated with it. So just bear that in mind. Right, we are at the end of the show. So what we're going to do, Trezor, Steph, is a good option. Yeah, Trezor or Ledger, they're both equally good options. There are 2 more. I think there's 2 more anyway coming out. I think Jack Dorsey has got something coming out which looks very nice, and it's looked like a pebble. And IBM are working on some kind of technology as well, which I covered yesterday. So there isn't one I favour above any other. It's just that Ledger's the most common one, I'd say, of all of them. So what we're going to do now is we are going to say goodbye to one of our streams. I'm going to put the stream on pause for about a minute, and when I come back we are going to do the crypto quiz. So just bear with me for a minute. And for those of you watching elsewhere, make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment below, do all of those nice things, and we will see you all soon.